Page 81, Hymn to the Sun. This is from an opera. This is actually a vocal solo, but this is a nice piano arrangement. You can find recordings of the vocal solo. Listen to the soloist and you get in the mood of the piece and how it goes. Because this is not like a dance where the beat's got to be steady and you're doing this all the time. This has a lot of rubato in it and a lot of... It sounds like improvising going on. Okay. Well, let's talk about... I'm going to kind of take both hands at the same time here. At the beginning, in this chord here... Don't care how you finger it, just finger it. It's got that wavy line on it. We're gonna roll it. And then go ahead and you can't really hold the hands down because you need both hands for all this mess that's going on next. So do the best. The pedal will keep the sound going. And then up here, and then do it in rhythm at first. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you, 1 E and a 2 E, take it slow, okay. 1 E and a 2 E and a, so it's a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. See, the left hand's just doing a couple notes here and there. And the right hand's doing the rest of it. And it's the triplets. Trip. That's what, triplet, triplet, triple. Hold that. And then there's no triplet here. It's a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. So there's no triplet there. And then you're going on. The E's tied. Worry about it, what it sounds like. That's what's written on, sort of. But the idea is to make it sound like it's improvised. You're up, da, 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 da. And then you rubato it. It's da, 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 da. It's like falling down and you're catching it. So it's here. All that's introduction. So the soloist hadn't even started yet. This is just the orchestra or whoever is doing their thing here. Sets the mood for the piece. So you got, oh good Lord, what's happening now? You know. Then it starts the actual song where the soloist is. That's now it's a steady tempo. We want to hear down, up, and down, up on these slurs. Portato. You get the idea? I don't know that I really need to play it all, but there it is. Let's go down to the third line. I like that fingering. And then again, keep the rhythm going. And the soloist really does sing all these notes. They're doing that type thing, yes. Now in the left hand you got quarter note. Connect those as best you can. And again, in the left hand you got quarter notes. This is the fourth line down, second measure. Try and connect those with the fingers. Both hands, now get the notes first. Here, fourth finger, because you got to be set up for what's coming. So, and here, that's the notes for the right hand. So work that out. The idea is it's going to sound like it's improvised. You're going to a little rubato here, da 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 da, and then slow down a little bit. And again, same thing, same style, different notes. So you start up here. Thumb here. I do here in the left hand a 2 and a 1 because these notes are tied. This is the top of page 83, second measure. Here and here, these notes are tied. If you want, then you got to use thumb again here. Or you can do here, and slide off, depends on how big your hands are you want up here, but it just keeps them up. And then here, there's our 8th rest there, so there. See, it's an idea, you'll see it in music where they'll be going along and suddenly there'll be a fermata. It's usually at the end of a phrase or end of a section or something, there'll be a fermata. Now what that really entails, usually it indicates the composer wants you to add your own little cadenza, improvise, make something up, a little flourish or something during this fermata. So the beat kind of, forget the beat, you do whatever you want for however long you want, and then when you're done with your little improvised cadenza you're doing, then you can go on. And so this gives the illusion, these little notes, of a little short cadenza that they're making up. You make it sound like it's improvised, although they give you the notes. And the whole idea of the fermata then is that there's no beat. In other words, when you put all the notes together, it's probably going to be a lot more than 4 beats, because there's only 4 beats allowed in a measure, but when you have a fermata and a cadenza, anything goes. So it could be any number of beats. I mean, you can have a cadenza be a page long or more, it's whatever. It's just, so on the second line there on page 83, it's here. And that's the start of then the rest of the, doesn't have to be even, doesn't have to be in rhythm, it's just to improvise. Then whatever. And now you're, in the next measure, you're past the fermata, now you're back to whatever. And then alto retard down and slow down a lot, and now you're back to civilization. Hold that A down. Now this is tricky because you got a duet going on here. So here, the top note, and then the left hand comes in with its, and you got the articulation going back and forth between the portato and the legato. Can you do that? It's true. So at the same time you do this, that's hard to do. So you just work it out really slowly. So to start there on the 3rd line, the pickup to the 2nd measure is where it starts. Now hold that down. And then a little lift there, a little, take a breath. Here, hold the quarter notes. And here, they're saying 4. I prefer to do this with a 5. You can do a 3 or a 4. I like a 1-4, and then a 2-5. And then you can do the 2 here if you want. The idea is we want the melody. If you can, and the other one we do the best we can, but doing this way I can connect them all. And then a 2-5, hold the quarter note. So we got to account for that. And all the time you're doing that, you got quarter note here. Type thing going. So there's still two voices, a duet going on, sort of. At top of page 84, it's here. It's similar to what we've had before. We got quarter notes. Okay. That's a G, by the way, and then go on. Now here, watch out. Here, it's all black keys except for the B. Here, they have the two A's tied together, so you'd only play it once. Or here, you can left hand, you can finger it this way, rather, whichever. And then watch these notes in the right hand, the 16th notes. Here, G sharp, it's in the key signature. So what's that? Now this is third line down. It's the same notes in the right hand, but it's 6 notes to a beat. So it's 1 and 2 and triplet, 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 triplet. 1, 2, 1. So it's, and the singer sings these notes, but you're gonna add rubato. So you start you slow it down like it's coming down and then back up slowly. So it's here. And then this chord, it's G sharp, otherwise they're all white keys. So all one. It's got to sound like one chord, huh? And then 16th notes. Let's just look at it. Similar to what we had in the introduction. Does it sound familiar? It's 4th line down. And then here. See the dotted line going down? It's telling you that's melody. Make it sound like it's all played by one hand. I mean, you could play it with one hand. As far as I'm concerned, you play that with the right hand. So it's here. To me, that's easier. Just hold it down as you play this. And here, I play this note with the C sharp. Some people would play this note with it, but I prefer it the other way. And it ends very softly. Then we add pedal to add color and to help us connect some of this together. So at the beginning in this introduction, for the first 3 measures or so, it's just propelling it or smearing it all together. It sets the atmosphere of what's to come, all the smearing coming on later on. So it's here. Now how fast you roll that is up to you. It's hold it down. Softly. Slow down. And then when you play that D, let the pedal up, let all that mess go away, and then we're clear here. And this is portato, just separate it. With a molto ritardando, slow down a lot. You know, where people are practically falling out of their chairs waiting for what's coming next to us. And then the song starts very gently, and we're using pedal here for a couple of reasons. One, we want to connect the left hand. And also for this note, We like to use pedal on the longer notes because it adds color to them. It adds overtones. So it does both. We want to hear the top note in the right hand though. Here it's the fourth line down on page 82. Lift it up. These are portato, needs to be by themselves and clean. So we crescendoed up a little bit, not much, just a little. Now here, you can smear all of this if you want. And then clean it up. I only smear the first part, and then I kind of clean it up as it finishes up. It kind of, so it's here. And I lift it up about when the left hand starts playing. Again, same thing. See that here, it's about the same thing, except now it's in rhythms. I mean, she sings or the singer sings all of this stuff. We're playing in the right hand here, pretty much. So here it's the same style, and we're lifting the pedal up on the last beat to clean out the sound. Here, this is the second measure of page 83, the first line. Again, I would lift the pedal up maybe on the last 4/16 notes. Here, this is pedal. Now here, you lose the portato feel, but do the technique for portato in it. We don't want to pedal over this because we'll cover up the articulation. That's what we're only pedaling these long notes. We're going to crescendo up to here on page 84. Moderately loud. That's moderate. Keep everything else sound down. Now you go up to loud. Here. And then go on. You don't crescendo again. Come back down and go back up to loud here. So it's come back down here. Again, we're pedaling the first part and then letting it clear out on the second part. How fast you roll that is up to you, is whatever. And then leave the pedal down and smear all of this together. And then lift up on that F, clear it out, and then here. A retardando, and then we come back to now. This is all legato pedaling in here, and softly and very softly. If you have to, use the soft pedal, but otherwise try not to. And they're holding the pedal down even into the rest. So that would indicate to me that when you play that last bit, you can lift the hands up and then slowly lift the pedal and let the sound die away. Yeah, that's my impression of this piece. You can, yeah, it's a very emotional piece. You got to get into it. And I do not remember this piece in this book when I learned this or went through this book back when I was little. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember the preludes either at the end of it either, but I don't know. Maybe it was there and I forgot.